Bye.
Almost all of our stock here at Lincolnshire Coast Light Railway has some link or other to World War I. They found out very early on in World War I that road transport didn't work. Just got stuck in the mud and didn't get anywhere. So the answer was to make thousands upon thousands of miles of 600mm narrow gauge track, which is exactly what we've got here. And what you're actually riding in today is a World War I wagon. If you have a look when you get off at the other end, just down here, we've got some metal rodding. And an awful lot of these wagons got to the dock and didn't go any further. This one I can tell you definitely did, because in that metal rodding, shriveled damage. So this actually saw action. This is what they call the D-class wagon. This would have carried pretty much anything. Wouldn't have had seats in those days. Men would have stood basically chest to back, acting like sardines into these. Carried ammunition, men, food for the horses, and on the way back from the front, they had wooden beams that would go across. They could balance up to 4 stretcher cases on one of these. Can you imagine how rough and riding it is today? The track was a lot worse in those days, and they were balanced on top of it. It can't have been very comfortable when you were rooted. Built the first really successful internal combustion motor to be mass produced. This is basically an advancement. Yeah. Everyone looks at diesel and goes, oh, they're modern, but the youngest of ours is over 80 years old.
Not that modern, are they?
Keep an eye on that for you.
So we've got air brake linkage pipes here, which have to be disconnected and reconnected on uncoupling and coupling up. We've got our coupling bar here, main coupling pin to the locomotive, pin to connect the carriage and to the coupling bar. So we've got our cut-off tap valves there. We've got the handbrake wheel for the carriage when it's been left for a while. That's our lamp bracket, which has to be changed depending on which way the loco's going. Got a safety chain for our handbrake, and I think that's about it down here. Oh, I can't forget the lamp.
Yeah, so we were there for inspiration. We were just in the area, the sort of covered car park area, at the side of inspiration with EMR. They were giving out free bits and pieces and a book about miles and a few other things. So the engine you just hear starting now, this is yet to actually haul a passenger train. This is a bit of a project. It's not often it runs. So motor rail 8905. The motor rail simplex, the same as pretty much all of our diesel locos, well, all of our locos actually, in the steam engine. It's been made up mostly from bits. The engine actually came from eBay of all places, but it is one of the original Dorman two-cylinder engines, and it's actually been fitted with air brakes and electric starts, so it will be the only loco we have that can actually haul a train that doesn't have to be tow started. All the others either have to be started by hand or toe started. You're well clear.
Can you tell me a little bit about this locomotive, please, sir?
Locomotive. This one is Jurassic, an old narrow gauge packet from Rugby Quarry, used to deliver limestone from the mines to the factories where they make bricks and tiles out of it. The locomotive was built in 1903, making it older than Fly Scotland. In total, this was the first of its class, and in total there were 6 of them built. 3 of them in running, 3 of them were not, unfortunately, but the first is the first. Yeah, good. There you are.
So this one's called T3. You would ask me to tell you about this one because it worked at a place with a very hard to pronounce name. It's Lincolnshire Moss, I think, near Pennycook in Scotland. It was owned by Sinclair Horticulture and it worked on a peat railway. Again, it's another simplex, but this one's actually been re-engined. It's got the Deutz 3-cylinder 40 horsepower engine in it, as opposed to the normal Dorman 20 horse. As I say, it's got electric start, so that makes it really handy. And this and Sark, the red loco you might have seen outside, are really our workhorses. These are the ones that work all through the winter, because they're also air cooled, so you don't need to worry about draining the radiator down over winter. Yeah, so this is the only narrow gauge World War I ambulance van left in the country.
Oh.
Yeah, we did have 2 at one point, but the other was unfortunately sent elsewhere and since disintegrated. But yeah, these would have been used basically to take men from clearing stations where they had sort of preliminary treatment. Yeah, if they were found that they couldn't go back to the front and they needed more care, they'd be put on one of these, taken to another station further from the lines, or potentially transshipped onto mainline trains to get to hospital ships to be brought back here eventually. But yeah, it's it's quite a almost spooky bit of rolling stock really when you're travelling up and down in it. It's you know.
So where did this one come from?
So again, this was Nocton Estate. They used these to carry potatoes, but they very quickly realised that they weren't really any better than the D classes. Because if you stack one of these up to the rafters with potato sacks, it turns over.
Yeah, I can imagine.
If you get to a curve and it goes...
Yeah, I can imagine that.